All right. Well, we're going to do this project. So open up, grab it, and choose a new document that's 8.5 by 11. First thing I want you to do is to draw a rectangle. If you hold the shift key down, it'll make it a square. And then over here, I want you to change it so that it's 2 inches by 2 inches. So click there, type the 2, hit tab, hit another 2. That way we have a square. It's 2 by 2. All right, and then I want you to draw a star. That's also right here. Give it at least 8 points. The points are over here. I'm going for 10 this time. And then set it so that it's 1.5 inches tall by 1.5 inches wide. So I'm going to right here 1.5 tab 1.5. All right, then drag the star so it's centered. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We want it centered. See this little handle here? We want the star centered left, right. So I want this dot lined up perfectly with the side. See those 2 dots are? And then let's go ahead and select them both and get them lined up, up and down wise. But this thing, I needed the star to be lined up perfectly with that dot and that dot with the edge of the square. All right. And then I want you to make a copy of the star. You can click on the star and then hold down the Alt key on, and it'll make a copy. And then we want the copy over on this side also lined up perfectly. See that dot lined up perfectly with the edge of the square. And then let's select these 2. We want them lined up perfectly. So I can see this one over here is a little bit off. I'm going to use the center tool. So they're lined up perfectly now. And this one is lined up perfectly up and down. Left, right. Okay, so then click off. All right, now select the left-hand star and then hold down the shift key and click on the square. And then up here, this is the create compound shape tool. We're going to choose union. So now those things are union together. And then we're going to click on this new shape we just made and the second star. And we're going to choose this tool, but this time we're going to say subtract. Boom. So it took away the star here. While this thing is selected, let's click on convert to path. That makes it stop showing like the little pieces that used to be there. Okay, so we're making a puzzle piece and we're more than halfway done. What I want you to do now is go up here and choose the ellipse tool and draw just an oval, or a circle, whatever, it's up to you. And then we want this to be lined up. I'm going to again zoom in. We want these left and right dots to be perfectly lined up with the left and right, with the surface of the square or the puzzle piece, whatever. And it is. And then I'm going to hold down the Alt key and drag down a copy. And we want this copy to also be lined up perfectly. See that dot is lined up with the edge of the shape. That dot's lined up with the edge of the shape. And then up and down, these 2 things have to be lined up perfectly. So I'm going to do a centering with that thing. Okay, so we're going to do a very similar thing that we did before. Select the top oval and then shift click on the big shape. And we're going to come up here to this tool and choose union. So that puts that bump on top. And then we hold down the shift key, click on the bottom oval, and we're going to say subtract. And look at that. We've made ourselves like this puzzle piece. I'm going to again say convert to path. And now if we zoom out, this thing will actually tessellate. That means you can make copies of it. Here, I just did a Control D, so I have a copy. And the copies will fit together like a puzzle or like tiles on a floor. Oop, not sure what I did there. I don't have, I think I used a keyboard shortcut accidentally that turned it off the pointer tool. So from here, I'm going to make that copy again, get it lined up perfectly like a puzzle. And then I'm selecting both these, Control D, make another copy, pop them in right there. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I can see there's a little bit of spatial not lined up. There we go. So I can sing this with the arrow keyboard arrows. So look, they're now it's perfectly lined up. Got ourselves a little puzzle. And then the last thing I want you to do is change the colors, change the color of each one to something else, clicking over here on fill and, have some fun, make them neat colors that are not default. And that one looks like it could be raised up another couple pixels. There you go. There I go. Oh, you know what's up? There's like another one underneath. I'll delete that. So I did have an extra copy somewhere in there, but that's fine. All right. So then in the end, I'd like you to save it. So click the save icon, save to cloud. And let's call this Tessellation and your name. And then say save. And then if you look up here, it says synchronizing. And it's all done synchronizing. And then you click share. And, wait for this thing to stop. And it's fine to leave me as a viewer. You say copy. Then you close that and then turn that link in on the Google Classroom. That's what today's project is.